It was a humid summer morning in New York City, the kind of day where the air felt heavy and the buzz of activity never seemed to slow. Madison, a young mother in her late 20s, hurried down the crowded sidewalk. Her light brown hair was tied back in a loose ponytail, strands falling around her freckled face. She wore a simple white blouse, slightly wrinkled, paired with black slacks and well-worn shoes. Her hazel eyes, though weary, carried a quiet determination. Her destination was a luxury hotel, a place of opulence that starkly contrasted her modest life. As she stepped through the revolving glass doors, the cool air conditioning hit her, a brief respite from the summer heat. She glanced around the grand lobby, her gaze skimming over the marble floors and crystal chandeliers. She sat, shocked by the sea of people scurrying around her. Today would be like any other, she thought. A day filled with endless cleaning, fleeting interactions, and silent prayers for a better future for her 3 children. By mid-morning, Madison was bent over a side table, carefully polishing its already gleaming surface. The faint scent of lavender polish filled the air. Guests walked past her, their conversations a blend of laughter and hurried tones. Life had made Madison feel its burden at an early age. Growing up in a small town with limited opportunities, Madison had lost her father when she was a child. Her family's struggle to make ends meet had suppressed her dreams and forced her to take on responsibilities at an early age. The young girl, who had always dreamed of becoming a teacher, had married her high school sweetheart at an early age and had become the mother of 3 children in a short time. However, life had shown her its cruel face once again. Her husband had lost his life in a work accident. That day had been a turning point for Madison, in which she had lost not only her husband, but also her dreams and her belief in a comfortable future. Now, she was struggling both physically and emotionally to raise her 3 children on her own. She spent her days running between endless jobs. She worked as a cleaner in the morning and as a hotel waiter in the evening. At night, despite her tired body, in the silence of the house, she would stay up to help her children with their homework and pray. The traces of all this effort were now clearly visible on Madison's face. Her pale skin, dark circles under her eyes, and her tired but determined gaze clearly told how tired life had become of her. However, she thought that today would be another ordinary day, but Madison didn't realize it yet. This ordinary day would turn into a memory that would completely change her life. She kept her head down, as she always did, blending into the background. Outside, a sleek black SUV pulled up to the hotel's curb. Security personnel moved quickly, surrounding the vehicle as its door opened. A man stepped out, instantly drawing the attention of everyone nearby. Donald Trump, dressed in a sharp navy suit with a red tie, exuded an air of authority and confidence. His presence seemed to command the room as he walked into the lobby, flanked by his team. Madison noticed him only when he stopped near the table she was cleaning. She froze, unsure of what to do as Trump's gaze lingered on her. He studied her for a moment, his sharp eyes taking in her hunched shoulders and the subtle exhaustion in her face. "Excuse me," he said, his voice deep but kind. "Do you have a moment to talk? Madison straightened up immediately, her hands clutching the cleaning cloth. "Of course, Mr. Trump," she replied, her tone respectful, almost formal. Trump gestured to a nearby seating area. "Let's sit for a minute," he suggested. Madison hesitated, glancing around nervously. "Sir, I should get back to work," she said softly. Trump offered a reassuring smile. "I'll make sure no one says anything. Come on." She followed him to a small wooden table near the corner of the lobby. Sitting across from him felt surreal, and she struggled to keep her composure. "What's your name?" Trump asked, leaning forward slightly. "Madison, sir," she answered, her hands resting on her lap to hide their trembling. "Madison?" he repeated, his tone thoughtful. "Tell me about yourself. What brought you here?" Madison hesitated, unsure of how much to share. "Well, sir," she began cautiously, "I've been working here for a few years now. I have 3 children at home, so I'm juggling a lot." Trump nodded, his expression serious. "And their father?" Madison's gaze dropped to the table. "He passed away, sir," she said quietly. "An accident at work. It's been challenging since then." Trump leaned back, crossing his arms. "I'm sorry to hear that," he said sincerely, "but I can see you're doing everything you can for them." Madison managed a small smile. "I try, Mr. Trump, but sometimes it feels like it's never enough." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Madison broke the silence. "Sir, may I ask why you're taking the time to talk to me? I'm just an employee here. You must have more important things to do." Trump's expression softened. "Madison, nothing is more important than people. You might think you're just an employee, but I see someone who's working tirelessly to give her children a better life. That kind of determination deserves recognition. The next day, Madison received an invitation to bring her children to Trump Tower. She arrived nervously, her children wide-eyed as they took in the grandeur of the building. They were led to a private dining room where Trump greeted them warmly. Over the course of the meal, Trump explained his intentions. He offered to cover her children's education costs, secure better housing for the family, and even help Madison pursue a career she was passionate about. Madison's eyes welled with tears. Sir, this is more than I could ever dream of. I don't even know how to thank you. Trump smiled. You don't have to thank me. Just keep doing what you're doing, working hard, raising your children, and inspiring others with your story. As the months passed, Madison's life transformed. Her children thrived in their new schools. She moved into a safe, comfortable home, and she began training for a job that offered stability and fulfillment. Yet she never forgot Trump's words. Occasionally, she would message him, "Mr. Trump, I still don't understand why you chose to help me," she wrote once. And his reply was always the same, because sometimes helping someone reminds you of what truly matters. Your story gave me that reminder, Madison. Madison's story reminds us once again of the power of hope and kindness. No struggle is wasted, because sometimes an unexpected helping hand can change everything. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories like this.